Well, this is the one that I bought for 80 bucks. Um, I have not really been through it. I kind of went through just the boxes that are right here. It looks like it might have been like a studio apartment, and they had to quickly move out and put it all in storage. It's kind of weird because there's going to be some trash here, but I also found some very interesting stuff. Like I found, well, here's a pair of Stacy Adams, so a couple bucks there. And I paid, well, here's a phone. No, that's a phone case. There's no phone. I paid $80 for this particular locker. I saw the China hutch. I saw the dining room table. Between the two, that's an easy $100. So my profit's going to be whatever I find in here. But I found, hoped to be more jewelry, but I found this jewelry here. There was a little safe here, which, got busted out on the front, but it had some stuff in there. No real gold yet. So, a lot of little $20, $30 items, like there's a little dining room table. There's this little table here. There's a table down there. There's a piece of glass for something else. For what I can tell, there's going to be some clothing. There's going to be maybe some more jewelry, but it just looks like, someone who, had a small apartment or just had a little bit of stuff, and for whatever reason, and this is me speculating, but for whatever reason, they just, threw it all in storage, because it's kind of hodgepodge. Like there's, this is stuff out of the bathroom, there's stuff out of the kitchen. So, it is what it is. I didn't realize a little folding chair there. I just noticed that just now. I've been in here for about 15, 20 minutes, just kind of perusing, not really going through the boxes. So, but this is one of the two lockers that I bought. This one here, again, I spent $80 on this one. The other one I bought because of a little toy van on the inside. I'll be showing you guys that one. That one's very simple. So I'll probably go ahead and empty that. And once it's out, I'll show you all the good stuff I find in that one. And once I kind of go through this, if I find any treasures. But I think this is going to be a lot of, little $5, $10 things. Like, these right here, sell at the flea market for decent money, $5 to $10 for ashtrays. There's a bunch of hangers, which I'm going to give to my sister. And, there's a bunch of random stuff, like Stacy Adams shoes. Maybe there's some good clothing in here. There's a dehumidifier. There's a heater / air conditioner. There's some decent stuff in here. There's going to be some money. I'm not sweating about winning or losing on this one. I'm definitely going to make some money on it. But it's kind of just, see, that has a broken leg, so that goes straight to the trash. That would have been a, little $10, $20 piece at the flea market, but with it broken, it is filler, trash filler. But yeah, it just, we'll see what we see. Here's I think that's I don't know what that is. It's not a CD rack or towel rack or, it's a toilet paper thing. So, toilet paper rack. But yeah, for what I can tell, it was a black woman that had some age on her. I don't know how old, but she was, I'm going to guess older than me. So, but all in all, here's another bits and pieces of my life that I get to throw away, which that's probably the saddest thing, but nowhere near as sad as that one that I bought that one time. I still think about that locker every so often, especially when I'm talking to people about what I do. So, but anyway, in fact, I made a YouTube video if you want to go back and look. I think it says something about like I had to throw away a life or something like that, but it was a sad one. It kind of choked me up a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to go through, get as much of these random boxes loaded, then I'm going to come back and grab the furniture. But I want to just get this over to the shop. Trash day is coming up, so I want to go ahead and process it. Plus, I didn't bring gloves, so I definitely want to be wearing gloves through some of this stuff. But I'm going to go to the shop, process a lot of this stuff, and we're going to see how the rest of the week is, because we got a hurricane, a very weird hurricane off the coast. Definitely cloudy, which helps out with the temperature, but kind of hurts when you're trying to process stuff, outside and it's windy. So, but speaking of that hurricane, you can go on windy.com, WINDY, and it's a government, kind of like where all the news media gets their information. It has a multitude of different tracking apps and things like that. And it's kind of like an all-in-one place, but it's kind of like the go-to for wind. So if you want to track a hurricane, it's a good way to kind of see it without all the media spin, regardless of what side you're on. You know, the media is there to sell books and pharmaceuticals and, you know, whatever doctor's popular for the week. That's all the media does anymore. So if you go on Windy, there's no BS. You just go on there. And I've been watching these two storms on how they're interacting, and I'll be honest with you, I'd be on guard for this if you're on the East Coast. I know it's kind of hit and miss, but it, you know, on the trajectory, but just don't, I'm not going to say go out and prepare for it. I'm just saying keep your eyes on it and just don't trust, because even the Windy app is having a hard time trying to figure out what's going on. And I know it happens. I've seen it in the Pacific, but I've never seen two storms this close together interacting with themselves. And everybody I talk to who knows about the Windy app is like, yeah, there's something off. There's just something that's different about it. So, but we'll see what happens. I know Jacksonville's going to get some outer bands, and for what I could tell, that's it for, you know, I'm not really sweating anything, but yeah, Carolina's kind of, I don't think anybody's watching me in Carolinas, but if you know someone, just tell them to kind of keep an eye on. I'm sure the news is saying, you know, be prepared to end your life and stuff, you know, because that's what they do. But anyways, I'm going to get this stuff cleaned up. I'm going to get it loaded, and if I find some really cool stuff, I'll do another video with the cool, you know, with all the stuff that I found, because I'm going to be, anything that's salvageable, I'm going to put in a box and take it straight out to the flea market, the furniture and stuff. I'm going to put that online. So, you know, again, not a great locker. The safe surprised me. You know, even though there's not real gold in it, there is some stuff in there that's pretty cool. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyways, I'm going to get back to work, and I hope you guys are having a good weekend. And the next video, unless something happens here, should be the other storage unit, or it'll be kind of giving you guys an update what's going on at the warehouse. Peace, love, money. I'm out.